Graders. Today you have your test over chapter 12. So as we go through it, I'm going to give you some basic directions, but I'm not going to give you a lot of directions because I think you guys know this well enough that if you really stop and think it through, you're going to be able to figure it out. I want to remind you that sometimes it's important to go ahead and make a guess and then check it and change your guess if you need to, especially on the last page. That's going to be a place to do this. So you need your book, your pencil, and eraser, and you'll need your bag of pattern blocks also. All right, guys, chapter 12 review test. Draw a line to show halves. So for each of these three shapes, there are different ways you could make it in half. Make them in half. Circle the shapes that have only 3 vertices. Remember, a vertex is where the sides come together. So right here on this one, there's a vertex. There's a vertex. This one has no vertex whatsoever. So take a look here. If there are 3 vertices, go ahead and circle it. Down here, use pattern blocks. Draw to show the blocks. Write how many you use. How many trapezoids to make a hexagon? How many triangles to make a trapezoid? Now, some of you actually might have done this enough that you can do it even without the pattern blocks, but I definitely want you to draw it. So remember, if you want to trace, you may trace, but don't trace it with a pen. Make sure you're tracing with a pencil. All right, equal shares. I will give you a clue. There are 2 of them here that show equal shares. All right, next page. How many straight sides does a trapezoid have? Which shapes can be combined to make this new shape? Which new shape could you make? See, there are several steps. You put these 2 together to make a half circle. Then you put the 2 half circles together, color in the circle for which shape you make. Which 2 pattern blocks can you use to make this shape? Again, if you want to get your pattern blocks out to do that, you absolutely may. Just remember, the drawing is a little smaller than the pattern blocks themselves, so you'll need to put it next to it and make sure that they're similar. Next page. Look at the picture. What are the parts? Which shape shows unequal parts? Which shading shows half of a square? So this is first of all, remember half means 2 things. It means that there are 2 parts, and it means that those parts are equal to each other. Then notice also you need to have a square, not some other shape. So if there was something like this, that wouldn't be it because that's not a square. All right, which shape shows fourths? Remember, fourths, just like halves, fourths means 4 parts, but also 4 parts that are equal to each other. Which shading shows a quarter of a rectangle? Last page, this is where you definitely need to use your guessing and rechecking skills. So here are the clues. You see, you're going to use those following 4 clues to draw a shape. Definitely use a pencil. Read the clues, we're going to read them together. Draw the shape, and then go back and reread the clues and double check your shape. Make sure your shape matches all the clues. So here are the clues. The shape has only straight sides. The shape has more than 3 sides. The shape has fewer than 5 vertices, and the shape can be cut into fourths. Now, boys and girls, I'm also going to tell you there is more than one right answer to this. So you guys could all do this differently and all be right. That's why I want you to draw your guess, but then check it here with the clues. Draw to show the shape. Draw lines to show how the shape can be cut, because remember, we're cutting it into fourths, into quarters. Write how many equal shares there are. So there's no spot here that says how many equal shares, but down here, you're going to need to write this many. So don't write this many. Write the number equal shares down here. Graders, congratulations on doing the last part of the book. However, we didn't actually finish, did we? There's a lot of the book that we haven't done yet. So tomorrow we're actually going to go back to where we were. with chapter 3 and do the chapter 3 test. That's what we were ready for when school shut down on us. So the things that we're going to be doing are definitely more complicated than what we've been doing. That's why we were switching to do this. However, we've been doing great at working through this on the summer. And if we keep going, not so much, not every day, and not with everything, but just mostly with math and then like some kids A to Z during the summer, a lot of the things that we missed at the end of first grade, we're going to be able to catch up with them. So you don't have to do it every day. And it's not going to be the unit study work, and there's no main video, and there's no Bible, there's nothing like that. But it's going to help us catch up just a little bit more. So I know I've talked to a lot of your parents, and they're going to keep you guys going some over the summer. Not a ton, but some. And we're going to keep those skills building so that when you're starting second grade, you don't get to math and go, oh my goodness. Instead, you're going to get to math and go, okay, I think I kind of remember that. And we can still go ahead and do all that second grade math. So nice work, guys, on finishing the end of the book, even though we skipped lots of the middle parts. And now we'll go back starting tomorrow and catch up some of the middles.